Alright, hello. So today I have, a video. I don't know. And it's basically just going to be a review of a website and these like chewable necklace toys things. I don't know what they're actually called. And the website is called Happy Hands, and I think it's .toys. I'll link it down below, of course, because duh. Well, first of all, so I just uploaded the sensory issues video, which I filmed forever ago. Like, that was supposed to go up on World Autism Awareness Week, but then I just pushed it off for some unknown reason. And then I was contacted by the company Happy Hands Toys and asked if I wanted to do a review. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so weird that I put off uploading my sensory video and those two perfectly go hand in hand with each other. Because in the video I had said, like, I really am thinking about getting something like this kind of thing. I was like, dang, that's perfect. So the person that I spoke with is so nice. I think her name is Stephanie, and she just offered to send over anything, and I said, like, well, I've been wanting to try one of these things for a really long time, so I'd actually love to. This is technically a sponsored video. I've never done a video like this, so this is really weird. I told her that I would love to do it because I wanted to try something out like this, but I refuse to have any sort of script. I'm not obligated to put anything in the down bar. I make no money or commission off of if you buy something. And I told her, like, I'm just gonna say whatever I want to say, like, I'm not gonna edit myself. And she was like super nice and super understanding of it. And so I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do this because this is exactly the kind of thing that I want to do. I figured before I started talking about the toys, I wanted to talk about the website. And this is, like I said, like, this is a video I wanted to do even before she contacted me. Like, this kind of thing that I'm about to talk about, I've wanted to talk about. One big issue that I think a lot of people on the spectrum have is that, like, we're forgotten about once we become a teen. It's like people that are autistic, like, people think that, like, we don't exist after becoming a teenager. And if you're over the age of like 12 and you're on the spectrum, you probably feel this way. Like, you're just like, hey, we aren't just all like little white boys that are like 6 or 7. There are autistic people that are in their 50s. There are autistic people that are 21. Every time that you go on some kind of website or thing geared towards autism, it's always so childish. And it drives me insane. It's just like perpetuating a stereotype too that we're all like immature children who like never mature mentally past the age of like 10 or something. And it's just fucking stupid and I don't like it. I'm not talking about the toys, this has nothing to do with the toys, but like, I don't like the website. I don't like it because it perpetuates that stereotype. I don't know, people on the spectrum that are looking for this kind of fidgety stimulation, that kind of stuff, is like under the age of 10 or something. Like, I don't know, I just don't like how childish the website is. I was thinking about it and I would have no issue if the website looked like that, if there was like an adult section of the website and a children's section of the website. Does that make sense? There can be like a child section and you can have it look like that. And then I think there should also be like an adult stimming, I don't want to call them toys because again, that just like adds to that thing. Like, I don't know what to call them, like stimming devices. Like, that sounds stupid. I know, I don't know what to say. I don't know what the right word would be, but like just stimming toys that are for adults that adults feel comfortable buying, because I feel like there's this huge market, I guess, that nobody's tapping into of adults with autism that want stuff like this. Like adult coloring books, like that was huge, okay? Because like adults still want to color, they just don't want to buy children's coloring books. It makes them feel silly. But the second you marketed them as adult coloring books, it's like, okay, now adults feel comfortable buying them. So I feel like there's this whole market of adults not being tapped into because we don't want to buy these stimming toys because we feel like we're a child and we feel silly doing it and it's kind of embarrassing. So why don't you create a offshoot of your website or a different page that's like just like plain? It can even be colorful, just like that doesn't have like, you know, painted hands that are colorful with smiley faces on them. That's like obviously like little kid hands, you know, like I just don't understand why that's not a thing. I guess. So if you watched my sensory video, I talk a lot about like I have issues where I grind my teeth and I chew and that kind of stuff. So that's why I wanted one of these like necklaces so badly. And the first thing that I would say, she gave me 3, which was so awesome, and I'm so glad she did, because the one that happens to be my favorite, I wouldn't never have picked. It wasn't even an option, and I don't even think it was originally going to be sent to me. And so I'm so glad it was. Anyways, so I got these 3 and they're all different like strengths. And I think that they definitely need to update the website because it wasn't very clear like how strong which of them was. So that's definitely something that I hope that they do in the future. One of them came in this like baggie and the other one came in like this thing. I'm unimpressed. I wish that it had like some kind of better place to store it. I mean, this isn't too bad, but like this, I'm not gonna want to store it in this. But like they are really inexpensive, so I get that that's part of the appeal because if they added packaging, it would cost more. So like, I get it. So the first one that I tried out that I thought was gonna be my favorite was this one. It's just like a little like U-ring. I got them all pretty much in black just because that's what appeals to me. So this is the most like loose one. And I thought I was gonna love it, but something that I didn't think about, because I'm dumb, and this is like my fault on my own, is that half of this tooth is fake. And it was done when I was younger, and I've had a lot of issues, like it popped out once before and I had to get it redone, I had to get a root canal, all this stuff. So I can't chew with my front tooth. Like I don't want to put any extra added pressure to it just out of fear it's like something's gonna happen to it again. So this one isn't the best because of that, and it's also too squishy. So that's just personal preference. But if you don't want something super hard, like this one is really hard, this one's a good one for you to use. And you just like, I don't know, like, yeah, a weird thing to do on video, probably, I don't really care. I liked it, but I wasn't the biggest fan. This was like kind of the one that's in the middle of the road. The one that I absolutely hate is, and like I said, like this is not their fault. This is just like for my personal preference. I don't hate them because they're bad. I hate them because this one, the only way I can think of chewing on it is like doing it with like an I-100 tooth, and I just can't do that. So that's not anybody's fault. So this one's really hard, and like I said, like this is the one that I use the least amount. By the way, I've had these for more than a week. Like I've tried them out for a really long time. I wanted to give each one a lot of time, see what I thought of it, because my initial thoughts were different than my thoughts after using them, so I'm glad I waited. So this one is the one I used the least, but if you're like a really aggressive chewer, this one's really good for you. And then this one's my favorite. I love this one so much. It's like medium of the road, like I guess hard, I don't know. And what I like it, and this is weird, but because I like to chew with my back teeth, obviously, like I said. So I could put this like in my back teeth and be fine with it, and it's the perfect amount of like pliable, and it's also fun to like fidget with. I've been wearing this almost all the time when I'm at home. I think it's great. I think these are genius. Once you find the one that's right for you, because at first I was like, I thought I would love it, but I don't. But like all you need to do is find the one that's right for you, and then you're like, now I totally get why this is such a great stimming tool, because it helps me concentrate and I'm not like chewing down and like ruining my teeth and stuff. So I would highly recommend anybody that has some kind of stimming issue to try them out. But the last thing that I will say is that I have not worn these out of my apartment. I just don't feel comfortable. It's weird. There's still a huge stigma behind it. I just wouldn't feel comfortable. Like, just being fucking honest here, guys. Like, I'm sure you can relate, like, if you're somebody that's a little bit older, that it just feels uncomfortable, especially like when people don't know much about autism, they don't know what I'm doing. It's just weird. And that is no fault of the company. That's like just a fault of society, honestly. I just don't like them, like, personal style wise, but they're not for personal style, so it doesn't fucking matter, right? And I love that you can wear them around your neck. It's so nice because like if you want it and then you're just like and then it's like there, so that's like super convenient. They have a bunch of other stuff on their website. I think that is all that I have to say about these things, and that is, like, as I'm sure you can tell, a completely like non-biased review, completely honest. I am getting paid for this video, which is so awesome, y'all. Like, thank you so much for Happy Hands for sending these to me and liking my content enough to, like, I guess sponsor this video, because that's so awesome. I never thought that like a company would ever reach out to me. So yeah, and especially a company that I have such an interest in. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but I'll see you in my next video, whenever that is. I don't know. Bye.